Yes. Today being the third day of the month of January, something very dramatic has happened in the Federal High Court in Abuja. The same Federal High Court where Nnamdi Kanu once attended and where Justice James handed him a life impacting judgment. Something has happened again in that same Federal High Court and that particular court, and it has drawn the attention of the whole wide world. What exactly happened this time around? Well, in this video, you will give me the opportunity to explain and break down every single thing you need to know as they go. Well, this whole conversation will be about the EFCC and the NCOS, which is the committee that handles the Nigerian Correctional Service and people who speak badly about matters in Africa. But today, in the Federal High Court, Abubakar Malami, the former Attorney General of the Federation, appeared before the Court of Law to seek a possible bail again. Yes, he was there asking for bail through his lawyers and every other person within. But in the process, something dramatic happened that has made international bodies look at Nigeria and say this is definitely a country that might be disgraced. God forgive us. And this is something that was predicted, actually. He said it. He gave a clear description of what could happen today, and people did not actually believe him. I mean, Nnamdi Kanu. So what really happened, what played out today? Well, in the court of law in Abuja, the Federal High Court, when Abubakar Malami appeared before the court, the EFCC and the Nigerian Correctional Service, that is, began to argue over who would lead Malami into the Federal High Court. They were fighting over who would lead this man into the courtroom. The EFCC were saying, now we go carry him enter court. The Nigerian Correctional Service said, no, now we suppose because now we still carry and come here. Well, the whole conversation went on, and all of a sudden we heard that they began threatening each other. Imagine that, the EFCC threatening the Nigerian Correctional Service and the Nigerian Correctional Service in turn reciprocating inside the Federal High Court in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Now, if you're looking for a textbook definition of a disgraced and unserious country, nothing, absolutely nothing beats what happened earlier on. The argument escalated to the point where another security agency had to intervene to calm the situation between the EFCC and the Nigerian Correctional Service. Imagine that kind of thing. Two government security agencies fighting, and another government security agency had to come in and settle the fight between them. Nigeria is indeed such a very funny place, a very, very funny place, but it is not funny when you think about the implications. But let's go deeper. Why is Malami in this situation in the first place? The whole issue is connected to allegations that Abubakar Malami went against a court order, especially in relation to Nnamdi Kanu's bail process. So what happened to Malami today? This part now go bust your brain. It will make some people happy, it will make some people sad. Some people self don't they ask wetin really happen. Today, the Federal High Court made it clear that Abubakar Malami and his son, Abdulaziz Abubakar Malami, together with his wife, will not be granted bail for now. Remember earlier reports that said Abubakar Malami was sick. Abdulaziz Malami was sick, rather. Yes, reports claimed that he was ill. Reports suggested that the sickness might be used as a way to secure temporary freedom from Kuje Correctional Center, but that plan failed again. When authorities noticed the sickness claim, they took him to a medical facility inside Kuje. They treated him there and still produced him in court today. So sickness did not save anybody. It cannot save them, because even when Nnamdi Kanu also reported sick, his own case was different, because Nnamdi Kanu's case was related to his heart. They said he was having a weak heart and he was bleeding through the nose. Yet Abubakar Malami, even after the court had already granted him bail, Abubakar Malami found a way to bypass that bail and denied him the bail that was granted by a court, a recognized court in Nigeria. Now, the case was presided over by Justice Nyang Eko, the chief judge handling the matter. Let's break it down properly so everybody understands. This same Abubakar Malami, who allegedly prevented Nnamdi Kanu from enjoying the bail that was granted to him, now stood before a judge himself asking for mercy. As they say, karma no dey forget address. Justice Yang was very clear and very firm. He said the court would not grant him bail today. He said the court would not grant bail to Malami's son today. Instead, the court adjourned the matter to the 7th day of January, yes, which will be about 3 more days from now. Well, until then, Abubakar Malami and his son will remain in Kuje Correctional Center with all the money they have, with all the connection they seem to have, waiting for the court to decide their fate this week, Wednesday. During the proceeding, Abubakar Malami pleaded not guilty to all charges filed against him by the Economic Financial Crime Commission. Now, for the sake of education and clarity, it is also important to outline these charges so that you watching this video will understand why this case is very heavy as it is. Malami is facing a 16-count charge, and all of them border around corruption. Count 1 of the criminal charge, count 1 states that Abubakar Malami and his son Abdulaziz Malami between July 2022 and June 2025 in Abuja within the jurisdiction of this honorable court used Metropolitan Auto Tech Limited to conceal the unlawful origin of funds amounting to about 1,484,848,500 naira. Money plenty rich to confuse the tongue indeed. And this thing did not stop at that particular account that spoke about the unlawful origin of funds amounting to 1,484,848,500 naira. Now, this thing did not stop at count 1. The charges continued count 2, count 3, count 4, all up until count 16. Investigations suggest that the total amount allegedly concealed is close to 7 billion naira. This Metropolitan Auto Tech Limited, we are already digging into it. The names connected to that company, when they finally come out, it will shock you. That is why in the next video, we will begin to expose things one after the other. The case plenty, matter choke, and the wahala e long for ground. Now let's talk about this Justice Inyang that is the presiding judge over Malami's case. For people who don't know him, this man is known to be very straightforward. Politicians don't control him. Government officials don't influence him. He uses the constitution strictly without fear or favor. That is why most of his judgments are rarely appealed. If Justice Inyang handles your case, it gives you exactly what you deserve. There's nothing more, nothing less. Now back to the courtroom drama. Eventually, the EFCC led Malami into court, but something stood out to many Nigerians watching. Malami looked too comfortable. He was relaxed, well-dressed, Nimpapariga been day clean. He was smiling and greeting people like nothing they happened, and that is scary because if you know Nigeria very well, you know, say, if a powerful man wants to escape punishment, it is definitely possible. We don't want that. If Justice Inyang finds him not guilty, no problem. If Justice Inyang finds him guilty, no problem. What matters is that judgment comes from a judge who knows the law and follows the law. But let's be honest, this single incident, EFCC and Nigeria Correctional Service threatening each other, has already put Nigerians on the map as an unserious nation. Two government agencies fighting over who escorts a suspect into the courtroom. All of us saw it, all of us heard it. It made no sense in any way, shape, form, or manner. This is not about political witch hunting. This is about billions of naira allegedly siphoned. Billions, so. And the man involved was a former Attorney General of the Federation. He has no relation or whatsoever with the Federation's funds. He didn't serve as the Attorney or as the Accountant General of the Federation. He served as the former Attorney General of the Federation. This man's punishment is supposed to be even more strict than others because he is the #1 law chief, the #1 chief law officer of the country. He is the one that guides the country on things to do lawfully and unlawfully. He has attained the very first position of law officers in this country. Imagine that. If an AGF can allegedly pull this off, what do you think other politicians are doing? No fear of God indeed. APC, PDP, Labour Party, all of them. This case will not end quickly. It will be a long legal battle. And finally, yes, this is a video that we really wanted bringing out to you. There are other videos about the Israel and the United States uniting on the case of Nnamdi Kanu. We have another video about DSS and EFCC issues, and we have many other videos vindicating Nnamdi Kanu as well. So do well to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and check out all other videos already on this channel so you will stay informed and up to date about what we are discussing right now in case you get confused elsewhere. Click on the video showing your screen right now. I'll see you on the other side of your screen. Thanks for watching all up until this moment, and do not forget to share these videos with your family and friends. This will be Baz News signing out. Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe.